Hello, everyone. It's Robin. So I've got a few orders that I'm catching up on today. So I'm working on some shamrocks. I know I promised Easter projects, and we will do that this week as well. But as I thought I would bring you along as I go ahead and paint some shamrocks, I've got a few cute shamrocks that I've painted. So I've got to do another one just like this. And then I have an order of these cute shiplap shamrocks that I'm going to work on today. So I'm just going to do some painting, and I thought I would just bring you along. So let me tip you down so you can see my little workstation. And I'm going to, sorry if I'm making you dizzy. Oh, I'm having trouble with this camera thing. Let's see if I can still see comments if anybody hops on. I'm going to see which way I need to bring you. Let's bring you this way and rotate. Okay, that looks pretty good. Got all my shamrocks laying here, trying to remind me the colors that I need to paint them today. So let's get some paint out. And I'm going to paint a hat too. I don't know if I'll get to that on the live. I don't want it to end up too long, but I hope you're all having a wonderful Tuesday. So I've got this green I'm going to be painting right here. This is a Valspar paint. We need more than that, but let's start with that and get these shamrocks painted. So one of these shamrocks I'm going to just paint a solid color, and the others don't need to do quite a solid color. So we're just going to get some color on here. So today is Tuesday, and St. Patrick's Day is next week. And I haven't even decorated my hutch yet. I have a hutch in my kitchen that I decorate. I still have my Valentine decorations in there. Can you believe that? Oh, that's why I wanted to paint a few extra things. I wanted to paint one of these cute little hats right here. I wanted to paint a green one so I could put in my hutch. So I'm going to do that. And then I'll try to bring you along as I decorate my hutch that I have in my kitchen. So this is going to need a couple coats. And these are what I call chunky shamrocks. Chunky because they're a little bit thicker and they stand up all on their own. So like a shelf sitter. A shelf sitter would sit up all by itself. When I'm painting, I like to try to come from the inside out so I can try to get as less mess on the edges as possible. But I end up cleaning it up. If it does get a little messy, I end up cleaning it up as well. I'm just going to put a lot of paint on here. Looks like I got a big chunky piece of paint in there. There's another one. Piece that's dried, probably from the lid on my paint. So do you decorate for St. Patrick's Day? I don't usually, but this year I thought, since I have some really cute things, that I thought it would be fun to put some shamrocks on my shelf and a hat, a leprechaun hat. That's what I called it. Just bringing you along as I paint today. And these are going to need an extra coat. Probably my favorite part of these shamrocks and the hats are adding all the cute accessories. When I design my kits, my when I design them, I like to put accessories. So instead of just a solid shamrock, like I have this shamrock here. So this will have a horseshoe on it, and then a little tag, and then a couple other little mini shamrocks. Get it in the camera's view. But I love all the little accessories, all the little details. Just make the projects come to life. Okay. Let's come to our green, because I want to, got this little shamrock. This is my medium-sized shamrock, and these are, oh, I need to paint this small one too in my light green. Let's do that really quick so it can be drying. This goes to the triplets, the triplet shamrocks. The triplet shiplap shamrocks. That's a mouthful, you guys. I'm gonna need a little bit more paint. I don't know if I'm gonna cover this all the way. Maybe I might make it. So if you do decorate for St. Patrick's Day, you probably already have your decorations up, huh? Okay, let's set that aside. I had just enough paint to cover that. Now we'll come to the darker green. I use this one a lot. And it's got some stringies from the lid. It's called Daring Jade. It's one of the Valspar colors. I use all different types of paints. I have some apple barrel paints that I use. I have all different types of small bottles. Like this one is this is the gold that we'll be using. So that's a Delta. I think it's a Delta brand. I use what I have on hand. But I do like to get little tubs, like I'm using on this project, only because there's really good coverage. Ooh, I'm just stringing it all over. Just get to the edges, go from the inside out gently. I'm just going to clean up some of those areas. And I always finish the outside edges of my project. If there's too much paint, I just like them to be clean. So I don't like the edges to be covered with paint. I either clean it up with a baby wipe if I can, or I clean it up with a marker. Okay, we got that shamrock. Now let's paint the hat. I'm just going to put a lot of paint on here. And then I'm just going to start spreading it around. Just pull it from the inside out. And that just keeps the edges as clean as possible. I mean, I still get some over the edge. It still happens. But I definitely like to clean it up before I give it to my customers. Just like it to have that clean look and a professional. I think it gives it a professional look too. If you've joined me today, say hi. Let me know you're here. Or if you're catching this on the replay, just type hashtag replay. This is my chunky leprechaun hat because it will stand up all by itself too because it's thick. Almost got this covered. Inside out. Paint from the inside and then pull it to the edge. And then I just smooth all of the areas. Okay, looks good. It's coming together. I'm going to set that aside. Oh, I see a little area on the edge. I just need to go over. Set that aside. These guys are still wet. So I'm going to take my black. Rinse my brush out good. I'm going to take my black and just paint this. I think this is, whoops, everything's falling over here. Probably don't need too much black. This will be the band of our leprechaun hat. Again, just try to pull from the inside, outside, and then a nice smooth stroke, just so you don't see too many brush strokes. Okay, let's set that aside to dry. Okay, let's go ahead and paint our let's see, I've already got this painted for my green. I painted a green shamrock. Let's see, is that the right size? Oh, I think I might need a little bit bigger one. Do I need a little bit bigger one? Oh, here we go. That's the right size. So I need to paint that light green. Sometimes I just grab from the lid if I just need a little bit. I might need a smaller brush though. Just try to go really careful so I don't go too much on the outside edge. There we go. Definitely late in the month to be painting some shamrocks, but that's okay. It's a fun project. Let me get a smaller brush over here to paint these. In fact, I might want to use a sponge. Let me grab some sponges. Seems like there's always one thing that I forget to have on hand when I'm painting. So let's go ahead. This is a gold color, and I want to paint these horseshoes. Probably not going to take too much paint. I like to use paintbrushes, sponges. These are a makeup sponge, and I'm just tapping very, very lightly. And this paint, it's really liquidy, so I get a lot of bubbles. So I just try to tap really carefully on top of those bubbles just to remove them. And this is our big horseshoe. This one is going to go on our leprechaun hat. I'm going to need a little bit more paint. So the weather here is cold outside today. It is so cold. I live in Idaho. I live in eastern Idaho. And when the wind blows, it is very, very cold. And it looks nice out there. It doesn't look too bad. A little gloomy. We still have a lot of snow. Okay, let's let those dry a little bit. Let's see how these are doing. I might need to get my dryer and dry those a little bit. Let's pull that up. See, I'm not even plugged in. Let's get plugged in. Hello, Christine. You're watching me while you're at work. Oh, good. So I like to have my items good and dry before I do that second coat. Otherwise, I lift up that top layer of paint. I am just painting shamrocks, Christine. Yeah, I know St. Patrick's Day is next week. I know, but I've got a few orders that I need to get done, and plus, I haven't decorated my my kitchen shelf, so I thought I better do this. I'm gonna get a few orders done today, and then I'm gonna get to decorating my kitchen shelf, and I'll try to bring you along. Oh, they are cute. Did you? And I know that you've seen them, but my favorite part of these is all the little accessories. the little accessory pieces like the shamrock or the little horseshoe and the tags. Oh, oh, they match my nails. Well, actually, my nails are blue and the shamrocks are green. I'll be getting my nails done in a couple of days, but yeah, well, don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something, something fun. I have a wonderful nail lady and she just lives around the corner from me. And so she does my nails. So I take me and my mom over to get our nails done together. Back to painting this green. I like to get my nails done. I never got my nails done for years and years. I would just, you know, just groom them and um, just kind of give them a manicure myself. But then when I found out, when we moved over here and found out when my neighbor moved in, she moved in after me, she did nails and I thought, oh, and these are the gel nails. So they last me for 3 weeks. And then we go and get them done again. Gives me a variety. Okay. And I will clean up those edges. Once they're good and dry, paint my little teeny shamrock. Now this shamrock, this is going to go on this dark green shamrock, like the one I just showed you. These shamrocks, whoop, upside down. These shamrocks I'm doing with the shiplap. The shiplap shamrocks. I have got paint all over me. I keep a wet paper towel with my paints because that's what I tap my brush on. That's just how I like to paint. I like to have my paintbrush with some moisture in it, not dry. Everybody has their own kind of method that they like to use. Well, I hope you're having a good day, Christine. Hope you're getting a lot done at work. And then you'll probably come home and paint, right? Okay, these are looking good. I want them to look really good on the outside edges because they'll have the shiplap overlay on top of them. Whoa, throwing my paintbrush. Yeah, I was just catching up on some orders today and I thought, well, why not? Why not hop on and show everyone what I was doing? Just painting. Just painting. I love to paint. I've painted for years and years. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Prayers for you and for your hubby tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow's that day. Uh, I've been in a lot of different type of surgeries for my husband, and you just worry. He has 2 total knee replacements, shoulder surgery just, I want to say last year, or actually it was this year. It was this year, but earlier in the year. Oh, I just worry about them, but prayers for you. You're welcome. My hat over there is about dry, so it will be ready for its second coat too. Takes a little bit longer to do all this base coating and to get it just right. But once you get the base coating, then you get to do the accessorizing. Add all the accessories. That's what I love. Okay, I'm going to paint this little guy one more time. Looking pretty good. Hey, let's come back to our dark green again. Daring Jade. Oh, it's got a big stringy on the lid. That's why the outside is such a mess, because when I pour it, I actually have bottles that I put my paint in, like a bottle right here. But these, I didn't have the right bottle that I wanted to put them in. And so I finally just got them the other day. Plastic bottles, because I prefer to squirt it out than dump it out the lid like that. But you do what you got to do. After I do a base coat on all of these shamrocks, I will also do a shading. It likes on the outside edge. It makes like a shadow. And I like to do that. I actually have painted for years and years and years. But I'm coming back to it more and more, especially um, with the shadowing, because when I first started, my husband's sister, when I was just first married, she taught me how to paint. I wasn't very good, but she taught me how to paint, and we did projects together. And so that's kind of where I learned a lot of my basics. And then when I moved, when we lived overseas in, I can't remember if it was England or Germany. My husband was in the Air Force, so he served for 25 years. But during that time, we were over in Europe. I'm just going to give that. It feels a little rough, so I'm going to give it a little sanding with a 220. So I just give it a little sanding. Sometimes if it feels really rough, I do that. But anyway, we lived overseas, and there was a paint class. They were offering a paint class on the Air Force Base. And so I took the paint class, and it was so fun. It just reminded me how much I really liked painting. And so I've always painted here and there when my girls were little. I'll have to show you some of the projects that I made. I have a mirror that I painted, a handheld mirror. I painted the back of it. So, and I still use that in my bathroom to look at the back of my hair. So I've had it for years and years, and I painted that when my girls were little. And so after I took, oh, you know what? I remember we were in England when I took that painting class. Because when we moved over to Germany, we went from England, we went to Germany, and in Germany, they didn't offer a paint class or anything. And so I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun to teach some of my friends how to paint? And so I did a little painting class with a couple of my friends in my home. Just taught them some of the basics, and that was really fun. It was like a once a week, and then we bought the brushes and all the things that go with all the painting, and it was really fun. Okay, this has got its base coat. Okay. Put that aside. Let that dry. So these I won't give the shadow to, because these three are for my shiplap, shiplap Shamrock. Gotta say it slow because so these do not need the shading on them. So those just need to dry. But this one I'll do the shading on. I need to let it dry just a little bit more. Because if I don't let it dry, then I'm just going to wipe the paint right off. Okay, I think I'll set that aside a little bit. I need to clean up the edges on that a little bit. Let's come back and do some more sponging on one more layer on these horseshoes. Yeah, it's I've had this probably paint for, I don't even know how many years, a lot of years. And so it's thin, but yet thick, kind of bubbly. Makes bubbles on my project, so I just have to tap it lightly to get rid of some of those bubbles. Or wipe it gently. That helps too. Okay, so that horseshoe is ready to get over there and get drying. Okay, set those aside. A little fuzzy on there. There we go. Set that aside. Okay, I need these to dry so I can do the shading. So let's hit them again with the heat tool. Okay, so now let's do, I want to be able to get this one finished so that you can see it complete. That might be the only one we get finished on camera. So that one will be the horseshoe, and then I have a lucky tag, and then a little, let's see, is this, let's see, I just remembered I've got to paint this little guy dark green. So let's put a little dark green, grab a sponge. I just need a little bit, so we'll probably do just a couple of coats of that. I have some of these shamrocks already painted on a little piece of tape, but I didn't have a tiny light green one. Okay, set that aside. Okay, let's do the shading on this. And I'm losing my sponge and my paint. So I am actually going to shade this with a little bit of I'm going to use gray instead of black because it's a lighter color. And we're going to shade this. Now this is already, oh, I have some tape over here and it's stuck to everything. Okay. So I'm just going to take the sticker off right here. I don't know if I like that one very well. Let's see if I can find another one. A little lucky. Okay, there's another one. Oh, that one looks better. Stick it back over there so I have trouble getting it off. Okay, so let's do a little bit of shading on here. And I like to shade a little bit on my tags too. I don't do any shading on the horseshoe, but it's just how I roll. I think I did use black on this. I'm trying to look and see. I must have used black because this gray looks too white. So let me wipe it off and we'll do black. Let's see if I want to do my little, I'll do my little tag gray. Yeah, we're going to do some shading with the black. I actually have a little bit of black over here I can still use. Just going to go around the edges. It seemed just a little bit black to me, so I'm just going to lighten it just a little bit. Just a little bit of that. Okay, let's let that dry. And it's really hard to tell from the camera, but after I painted these and finished them, I spray them with a sealer, but then I also sprayed them with a glitter spray. And you probably can't even tell on the camera. It's very subtle, and you may not notice it right away, but it's got just a little bit of a glitter shine to it. Okay, let's set that aside, let it dry. Gonna come back, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of this that I've already used. Too much water on my brush. Okay, looking good. Oh, I've got water everywhere. I'm splashing. Just dry them on my apron. Just dip just the corner of my brush in my paint. This gives it just a little bit of a highlight on the edge. Okay. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to clean up these edges later. But right now, let's go ahead and put this together. So we're going to put the shamrock, and that's got to dry a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit more green on this dark green shamrock, and I've got paint on my fingers again. I'm painting myself, but that's how we roll. Okay, set that aside. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to pop this shamrock up. And let me get some little teeny these are my little risers that I'm going to use. Let me make sure these are going to fit. Oh, I need a little bit smaller. Need small risers. And I just want to lift it up. So we're actually going to finish this shamrock before I leave you today. So I'm taking just a little bit of glue. I don't want too much, so I just tap it off there. And I'm just taking some little teeny pieces that I've cut. Find a couple more. I've got one here. Oh, here's one right here. I have a tray over on the right side of me with my little bits and pieces, my little tags, my little shamrocks, my tiny pieces. Okay, So that's lifted off. And the reason I like to do that is because I'm going to wrap the twine around there. I got just a little bit of green twine here. So I want to leave enough because I want to tie a bow on there. So I am actually going to wrap it around, and so I'm wrapping it in between those risers. And I wanted to have those risers on there so that I can wrap this twine wrap the twine a couple of times, so then it doesn't interfere. Doesn't interfere with when I glue it down. It will have a solid foundation to glue to. Okay, so that I've wrapped that a few times. So now I'm going to take my twine and put it through my little tag. I'm going to tie a knot. And then I'll tie a little bow on here. Before I pull that tight, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue underneath my bow. And now I can pull the strings of the bow. The bow loop's a little bit shorter. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Doing all the cute little accessories. That's the fun part. Well, it's all fun for me, but it just makes your project come to life, that's for sure. Okay. There, now that I've got that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue these little bits right here. And they're going to be glued onto our shamrock. I'm going to tap just a little bit off because I don't want it too thick to ooze out the edge. So this project is almost complete. The only thing I would like to do is I'm going to clean up the edges. I'm going to clean up the edges of the green shamrock. Let's put our little teeny tiny shamrock on the tag, another detail that I think just makes this project so fun. Just going to hold it there for a few seconds. So off camera, what I'll do is I'm going to clean up the edges, and then I will take it out to give it a good spray with a sealer. And after that, spray it with a little bit of a glitter spray. And this project will be finished. And then I'll go ahead and finish all these other, and I'll take a picture and put it on my Facebook page so that you can see what I've been working on today. So much fun. So I think this turned out super cute. Do you love it? I love it. One of these is going to go in my little shelf sitter on my kitchen as soon as I decorate for St. Patrick's Day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me flip my camera up. Oh, get it where it needs to be. Oh, so fun. Hey, everybody. Well, I hope you have a great day. This is Robin from Center Street Decor, where I make handmade items for your home for all the seasons. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.